So this is a conversation that I definitely want to have, and I want to bring it up honestly. So you got The Rock, you got Roman, and you got Solo Sikoa. Obviously, the Bloodline. This whole storyline is really good. It's one of the best storylines just in general. It has been going on for years, but the thing is, The Rock came back, beat up Solo Sikoa. Still hasn't got the tribal, the Uafala, whatever. He still hasn't got it. The Rock came back at Bad Blood after The Rock, after Cody and Roman beat, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. And The Rock, he won like 1, 2, 3, and then something like that. He looks like the final boss. He's still the final boss. But the thing is, this storyline, like, it gotta get somewhere, right? Like, it has to get somewhere. And it has to involve The Rock, right? It has to. And it has already, but my idea was for The Rock to be the one that told Solo and Jacob Fatu to come in and, the Tonga brothers. That was my idea, and I think that's a lot of people's idea. But if they're not going this route with having The Rock make a whole new bloodline to take Roman, tribal chief away, basically, his head of the table status away, and bring in a new psychotic destroyers, like Jacob Fatu, in the Tonga Lower brothers, then what's the point of this bloodline? What's the point of the storyline? Because if we don't get to The Rock and Roman, where is this really gonna go? Because I am not that interested in Solo versus Roman. And if that is your WrestleMania match, it's not even... You haven't even made Solo Sikoa look strong at all. You haven't made him even look that strong. So that's my problem with this whole storyline. I get it, for Survivor Series, you're going to have Roman, you're going to have Jacob, not Jacob, Jimmy, and you're going to have Jay go against the bloodline, the new bloodline. Whether that's going to be Solo and Jacob Fatu and maybe maybe the brothers. Maybe they'll bring in Sami Zayn. I don't know. I don't know. We still got to see the this storyline come together. Obviously, we know that Jey Uso lost the championship on Raw, so now he has a gripe with the new bloodline. So, but if we don't get to Roman and The Rock, then I don't get what the point of the storyline really is. Because it's cool that Solo, you know what I'm saying, a young up-and-comer, a guy that, learning, is put in that position. That's good for him. And that's good for the young talent. But for Roman and The Rock, we've been wanting Roman and The Rock for years. And we know that didn't happen because of Cody, basically the last 2 years. So if we don't get The Rock versus Roman or some type of influence that The Rock has over Solo, I feel like then that's not going to make sense. Because we know who the real head of the table is, and that's The Rock. He's the head of the table. He is the real head of the table. This guy's a fake head of the table, and this guy is, the head of the table that was on TV, but not the real head of the table. Not yet, until he beats him. That is how basically the head of the table should work, or I think it should work. But we're missing something with this storyline, and you're just not making Solo be credible. You're having him lose matches. You're having him, look weak. Yes, you got Jacob Fatu as your enforcer, and you could beat up on guys after matches, and that's cool. But it's not making Solo look that strong. That's the thing. So if you want Solo to look strong, then you're gonna have to have Solo beat somebody and get the pin at Survivor Series. But I don't know. I don't know. I think we still got to see until the Survivor Series what happens. But I think with this situation, you got to see. It has to, right? It has to, in my opinion, it has to lead to The Rock and Roman. It has to. But if The Rock is not going to wrestle next year, or if The Rock is going to wrestle Cody Rhodes next year, then when the hell is he going to face Roman? So that's my problem with the storyline, and I hope that we do get some type of influence with The Rock being the main catalyst or the leader, and the one that's telling Solo and Jacob and this new bloodline what to do behind the scenes. I think that would be a better story. I think that should be the story, just in general. I really think it should. But Solo, they got to make him look stronger, right? But you're making him look so weak. So weak. Roman, ever since he's been back, I get it. I know the story. Jimmy came back and that was cool. And now Jay is probably going to join them. There's a lot to do with Jay and Roman. There's a lot to do. And they're going to do it, I'm sure. But I don't know. I'm not interested in a Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns match for the head of the table at WrestleMania. I am not interested in that match. Not at all. Because Roman has made Solo look like a bitch. He's made Solo look like a punk. So we need to see more or something involving The Rock and actually being the leader of the bloodline, the new bloodline. That's what I feel like we need. And I hope we get it. Let me know what you guys think.